Hi, the hermit here again at the Cloister at Three Creeks, showing off a little slot view of one of the mountains. I'm here to show you a little bit more, talk a little bit more about American chestnut, but got to throw in a couple other little things too. So the view was provided by a storm about 15-20 years ago that blew down 4 trees all in a big hole in the canopy, and it's slowly filling in, as I've talked about before, the forest succession thing. So that's kind of what I'm leading up to. Let's get down here and show you more specifically what I'm talking about. We've got a chestnut oak here that has kicked the bucket. It's not that old. And I'm going to talk a whole lot more about chestnut decline and a new problem called sudden oak death, which chestnut oaks are the most vulnerable to of all the species in the East. But I want to throw in a few other things. Number one, another view. Now this doesn't show up well because of the light. So there's another little slot view of a mountain off to the east. You were looking to the west before. Okay. Look where this guy is. Look where I'm standing. Bing! Another little chestnut, American chestnut. And it's a little one. This is its dead stem that has suffered from chestnut blight. I'm not going to stay here because there are 2 others in the area, and one of them is much more healthy looking, and it also has hopes of this claiming this spot. Oh, by the way, here's some bear activity. Bear came roaring through here and turned over all the rocks looking for grubs. Probably finding some. Here's the chestnut I'm talking about. It's 15 feet high and still doing well. I'm going to show you the trunk of this, which is about 1.5 inches in diameter, and it shows sign of the canker. You can see how it grows shoots from the roots liberally. This trunk has been damaged by the chestnut blight fungus, but it didn't kill the stem. It just killed off part of it. The fungus normally girdles the entire tree, kills off the cambium, the growth layer under the bark. So it essentially cuts off the nutrients to the tree. Well, this guy has overcome at least one attack of the chestnut blight. So it doesn't have to get much bigger before it's going to produce some seeds. So I'm thinking, or proposing, to give it maybe a little more sun. These 2 birches here, somehow this one's a very big, nice looking birch. It'd be a shame to get rid of that, but its neighbor, this one, if I cut her down, it would give the chestnut here access to the sun right where that dead chestnut oak is. So maybe we'll talk about it, but this one is as far as the Cloister at Three Creeks, this is my champion chestnut, American chestnut. Just for the record, there's another one right here with a tipped over, halfway tipped over, leaning stem that is in the foreground here, and the shoots down below. So we got a plantation of chestnuts, American chestnuts here. What are we going to do? Try and help them along, preserve them, or let nature continue to run its course? We'll talk more.